how's it going? This is my vlog for the 6th of January. Nope, not January. Hang on. April. The 6th of April on... Don't know what day it is. If I had to guess, I would say Thursday? Anyway, so I'm doing my... Okay, excuse me. I'm going to be yawning throughout this whole thing. It's 5:30 in the morning, which means this is the time of day that I'm the most awake. I'm like totally wired right now. Because it's 5:30 in the morning. So I figured but that doesn't affect me yawning. The yawning has nothing to do with how tired I am. It's just a physical ailment that I have whenever I start talking, when I'm not exercising. And of course when I yawn, my eyes start watering up, so it makes me appear tired, but I'm not at all tired. So I was working, or I'm actually still working now. That's why I'm doing the video. I'm doing this thing where I'm doing numbers, so 1,000 down on each side. And so I have to, and I got like 3 hours into it, and then my fucking computer, I talked about it in my video log that I just did, just suddenly crashed. Well, it didn't crash, but it wasn't able to do the batch edits anymore. Like, it got tired. Sometimes it does that. It actually does that every time. If you batch edit for more than a half hour or an hour, it stops and you have to reboot the computer. So I rebooted the computer and it took a while, and I think that's when I did my video. And then but the thing was, I saved the page, but I didn't save all of the pages. And the main one I was working on, I never saved it. And so it never got saved, and so I had to rebuild from the beginning. I've never done that before, where I never saved a page I was working on for hours, and then I had to restart the computer because the computer crashed. In that way, it just never happened. And I was like, what the fuck? Oh my God, no. I hate it when that happens. Especially in a day like now when I'm going to have to do something. So I had to start over, but, and I can't batch edit the links because, they switch. Whenever I paste it, it automatically switches because they have this thing set up where they have it so that it goes to the next one. It's stupid. I don't know. So I have to manually change the links, and that's 2,000 of them, I think, because it might switch when I switch it over, because I have it on both sides. And so, but I might be able to make it on the other and then paste it on, so we'll see. But the problem is, because I'm batch editing the actual number of it, not the link, but the number. And item attached to links because just in case I'm gonna link it, I made them all a link. And so I'm batch editing the numbers every 100 because I'm getting to 1,000, and so I have to paste it on 20 times. But every time I paste it, it takes like an hour to paste because I guess there's just so much intricacy. So that's why I'm doing the video. I paste it and then I'm just fucking twiddling my thumbs for like an hour staring at it until it finally goes, and I have to do it 20 times. So seems like that. So at 6, the Safeway opens, and I can go and get an energy drink. That's not going to stop the yawning, by the way. I drink an energy drink and I do a video right after and I yawn just as much. Nothing stops the yawning. The only thing that would stop the yawning is if I was physically fit. Is my roommate up again? He gets up at 3 in the morning every time I do a video. So after I paste all these numbers on, I'm going to have to go in there and tweak the link, and it might take all fucking day tomorrow. But I want to get those on those pages, at least on Europe, 1,500 to 2,000, to see how far it goes down, the 1,000, and see how it looks. I really like how it looks from 1,000 to 1,500 BC, South Europe. It's on there now. You can check it out. And I only needed the first one on that. It's to compare the sizes between between all of them. You want to compare the sizes between all of them so that you compare how much history is between them. It's a good metric, and that's how you do it. So I just sent my mom a couple of texts. I was like, look, bitch, don't fucking make me sell my goddamn radio. Like, you sell my radio, you fucking cunt. My idiot mother manipulated me into buying a car. Like, all I want to do is work on my website, right? And if I do anything else, it'll drive me up the goddamn wall. Somebody even commented like a week ago, they're like, why do you not want to get a job? It's like, are you fucking kidding me? That idiot probably never bothered to look at my website. I'm like, I have a website. It's called Kyle Pounds. Like, that's what I vlog about in all my videos. So it's like, what do you not get? So then that's when I made sure to write Kyle Pounds on the bottom, .com at the bottom of all my YouTube videos. And then I'll have to say KylePounds.com, not just talk about my website, but say my website, KylePounds.com, so that people know there's actually a website called KylePounds.com. That's this like game people like to play with me, that there's no website, and it's fucking so stupid. Even in real life, they do that. It's fucking so ridiculous. So, and then I have a fucking commenter named Ben. He gives me these fucking 1-page long comments. It's like, bitch, go to my one motherfucking website. Just look at it. Look at something on there, and then report back. Look at my Coliseum. Say something about the Coliseum. I can't get a single person to look at my website, and there's 8 billion people on this planet. It's ridiculous. I can't get a single person to acknowledge there even is a website. It's like hashtag Twilight Zone life. That's why I did a video last week. I said, I'm the only person with a website, hashtag Twilight Zone life. So then some piece of shit comments and goes, hashtag get help. I'm like, dude, no, there's really not a website. And then they start changing the subject. I'm like, dude, you had one job. Just send me another website. And they're like, I have 2 jobs. Like, oh my God, all right, never mind. Dealing with morons. So, yeah, so I emailed that bitch. Yeah, because, like, she manipulates me into buying a car. So I'm like, okay. So I get a car. And then when I get the car, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get a radio. Well, I got a radio because I figured I could afford it. Barely. But they were having their sale. So I got a radio. And then a week later, my mom gives away $16,000. 4,000 of it's mine. So it's like, okay, it's not to sell the radio and the car and everything else I own. Oh, and I set up a fundraising site, one of those fundraising sites. I can't remember the name. And somebody gave me $10, so that's cool. But they keep deactivating my other fundraising sites. They keep deactivating my PayPal. They keep deactivating my Patreon. And nobody's ever given me money on those. Except for like 10 years ago, people gave me money. And this guy named Donovan, like 2 years ago, gave me $20. I have to put that on my site. But, I mean, they're probably going to deactivate my account on all these money-raising sites. Like, not only are it's the money-raising sites are gonna deny that I have a site and deactivate it probably. And I'm never gonna make any money off of that. So it's just fucking weird as hell. Like I have to get my website to a higher level before I even get acknowledged for even having a website, right? And I do notice that people go to my website. I have a counter on the top. Maybe about 2 or 3 original people go to my site every day. But out of those 2 or 3 people, they're like, whoa. And my mom told me it's crap because she tried to show it to her friend last week and she couldn't figure it out, and so that's my fault. So then she wrote me this big long letter I'll show it on my vlog tomorrow, how I need to get off my ass and get a job like everybody else. It's like, oh my God, you fucking idiot. So I'm kind of pissed off right now. I'm going to tell my mom, like, if she's going to give all my money away and I have to sell everything I own, and she doesn't even have a job, and she's always hounding me to promote my site because she wants to help me, then sell my stuff for me so I can work on my site. So that's basically why I don't need to get a job. I've got to work on the site. So hopefully when this video's over, that will be pasted so I can then paste it on the next one and then twiddle my thumbs for an hour. I wouldn't be all that frustrated. I'm also kind of out of weed. I want weed. I ran out of weed. So I did get a couple of shooters of alcohol last night because I connected, because I just started doing these icons, and it's kind of novel, and so I figured I'd do it, but I didn't really feel anything, so it's just kind of below a couple bucks, but whatever. But yeah, I have to have weed. If I had weed right now, I'd just be smoking it. I got $100 of weed like 4 days ago, so I'm smoking like $20 of weed a day, but it's not affecting my lungs. I can breathe fine. I'm not getting asthma. It's really cool because it's like clear, good weed. I guess the reason I had asthma all those years was because I was smoking bad weed. If weed had been legal, I never would have had asthma. So that's what I'm going to do. It's like probably like 6. So I'm going to go. I still have my car because I have to take it to the store, to the shop on the 7th to get the new alternator in, and then I give the car back to the person who bought it from me. So that's kind of like another excuse for me to not sell my radio, because I figure I'll do one step at a time. Because I have to blow $100 or something, a little over 100, to get the mechanic to put the alternator in, because I already bought the alternator. It's a special alternator for a 1,000-watt radio. So take that bitch in, return the car, and then hound my idiot mother for a couple days to sell my radio for me, and then until she gets it that I'm not gonna sell it. Maybe I'll just pretend that I'll never sell it. Get that idiot to sell my radio for me. I'm calling her an idiot because it pisses me off, because number one, she's not taking responsibility for her mistake, pushing it off onto me, and then blaming me for making a stupid mistake for buying the radio, but I had the money. I did the calculations. Now I don't, because she gave it all away. It was one of these phone scams. Like, she got an email, so she clicked it. It was a website that covered up her whole page that said your computer's hacked. All you have to do is escape out of that website and delete the email, or not even click on the email. So then she called the number instead of calling me. And I'm fucking 1 kilometer away from her house, and I'm here, and I answer the phone all the time. She calls the number. So then the number calls her back. She answers. They tell her that her computer has been hacked, and that her phone is hacked for 2 hours for the next, and that her bank account's hacked, and that they're going to take all of her money away from her bank account and my bank account, joint with my brother's, $16,000 in total, in 2 hours. So she has to go to the bank, take all of the money out of both of the banks, and then drive over to another place to buy like a crypto card or whatever, fill it up with crypto, and then go to another bank to deposit in the crypto. She does all the errands, just like you hear in the fucking scam videos. And then comes home and like realizes it was a scam. It's like before telling me anything. So that's my mom. She'll believe literally anything. If you tell her her phone's hacked and her computer's hacked and her bank accounts are all hacked and they're going to take it all out just because you click on your email and it fills up your page. Like she instead of calling me, it's just an idiot. So she needs to take responsibility and at least get off her ass. And then accusing me of not getting off my ass and not working like everybody else. Like, my own mother has got infected with mind virus of the world, where I don't have a website. And I'm like, bitch, I have a website. Like, it's called KylePounds.com. Go check it out. And she's like, I know you have a website. You keep telling me that it's there. It's fucking, so that's my mom for you. So, I actually fucking smacked that bitch in the face the other day. Because she was driving me to the store, right? And to go get my car, because it was snowing, to drop my car off. No, to go pick it up. In the afternoon, it was snowing, I didn't ride my bike. And so she's all in a bad mood, because she's always in a bad mood. And I'm never allowed to talk to her about my website, because that'll just make her go through the roof, because according to my mother, if you've seen a website, you never see the website again, because you've already seen it. It's like seeing a movie, and I can't get it through her head that it's designed to go back to multiple times. So I can't talk to her about my website ever, especially when she's angry. So I have other things to talk to her about. So I tried to talk to her about my tegu. And I said, hey, I have a really cute tegu, you dumbass bitch. Where did my tegu go? I don't know. And then I get up this morning and I'm taking a nap and then you called me. And I started talking to you. And then when I'm done talking to you, I looked over and there's my tegu. And I thought that was a really heartwarming story because the sound of my voice got my tegu out of his hiding place and my tegu wanted to say hi. But I wasn't able to get the story out because two sentences in, she starts screaming at me at the top of my lungs that I'm not allowed to let my animals out of their cages. So I just couldn't take it. I fucking hit that bitch right in her fucking backhanded her. And I was like, bitch, I don't want to fucking talk to you for like a month. So she dropped me off, and she acknowledged she deserved to get hit. And then she, what else did she fucking do? And then she goes home and sticks a fucking fork in her her extension cable, and the fork explodes and turns her Macintosh charger cable black. Luckily, the fork she was using had a rubber end on it, so she didn't get electrocuted to death like an idiot, because she's a fucking idiot. So she calls me and she's like, already at the Apple store, and she's like, I'm about to buy a new charge cable, but they're like $100. Do you have one? I'm like, well, yeah. Why the fuck didn't you call me? She doesn't call me ever. Like, if the world was ending, she'd call everybody else before she'd call me, because she can't tell me anything because she knows I would spill the beans on YouTube. That's why nobody tells me anything, because I just spill the beans on YouTube. So she comes over here and I give her my charger, my extra charger, and I plug hers in and it actually works. So I tell her that it works. So anyways, I'm definitely not in the mood. I don't think I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna harass my mom and tell her it's her responsibility to sell my radio. And the problem with my mother is she's like 81 years old, and she's pretty much invalid. Like, she's not capable of, like, mentally she's invalid. Like, the idea of my mother, like, going through paperwork and doing half off on the price and then tallying all the number up and then going to Craigslist and Facebook is just too much for her. She's not that smart. She'd get frustrated and then she'd lose things. But I want to give her a few days to try to hook that up, because this is not the time for me to be not paying attention to that site. I need to finish this thing, which is going to take all goddamn day. And then I need to plug it into a site, like a page, like Europe 1500 to 2000, and see what it looks like in there, and then get back on the icons and just get a little bit farther through on that and smoke a bunch of weed. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait until like the 7th or the 8th and just hound her and probably refuse to talk to her even. That's what gets my mother, is when I just refuse to talk to her. After like 3 or 4 days, she kind of realizes, and then she kind of decides that she's gonna have to switch gears, because I can do without her way easier than she can do without me. And I mean emotionally. I'm not talking about like house chores and shit. I'm talking about like emotionally. I could cut from her like that and not even look back. But she needs me, so. Anyway, that was 19 minutes. As you can tell, I'm a little bit frustrated. So I'm just gonna try. It's mainly because I'm not high. So I'm just gonna do like this, fucking twiddle my thumbs. I fucking hate this time of day, like right before the sun comes up, because I'm like this. I'm like, and I don't have any fucking weed to smoke, man. Fucking hate it. I hate this time of day. It's like, unless I have weed, and then I'm good. So I think it's about 6, or it'll be about 6 in about 15 or 10 or 15 minutes. So I'm going to drive into the store and get an energy drink because I have a car right now. And maybe get some kind of munchy food like tomato biscuit soup, and then just fucking twiddle my motherfucking thumbs, dude. Twiddle, 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 until one of those fucking weed stores open. But I'm not going to go down to Terrapin anymore because they're a ripoff. And they're the only ones that open at 8. Well, there's actually one next to them that open at 8, but they're a ripoff too. They used to be well priced, but now they're a ripoff down there. So I'm just going to have to twiddle my thumbs until like 9 when the ones here open. And I'm not going to get any sleep at all, dude. I'll be like this. So hopefully and the problem is I can't work on the website because the thing just spins around for an hour. It takes like 30 minutes just to paste the thing on. Because it's like complicated or something, so no fun. I probably should have bought more weed, but it's kind of freaky how much money I'm spending on weed these days. I'm like spending like insane amount of money on weed. Like $25 a day just on weed. So, whatever. So that's what I'm up to. Talk to you tomorrow.